Welcome back to another episode of Gossip Break, the cherry on top of your day. I'm one of your hosts, Becky,
And I'm your other host, Bree.
and welcome back.
Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday. I've never been so ready for a long weekend in my entire life. I honestly forgot it was a long weekend.
I did too. Yeah, until just yesterday. I was like, oh my God, wait. I'm
Like,
excited.
I don't have to work on Monday. The weather is weathering. It's so beautiful. So I'm definitely gonna have a nice weekend laying out by the pool.
Yeah, I had been planning on doing a beach day for a while. Every weekend, I'm like, we got to do a beach day. We got to do a beach day. And then this week, I was finally like, this is the weekend. We're doing it. And then I remembered it was Memorial Day weekend. And I was like, fuck, it's going to be
Yeah.
so busy. Maybe I should just wait.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be at the beach and the pools this
Yeah, it's going to
weekend.
be covered. So, but yeah, it'll be nice just to get a little tan, have a little
Hmm.
long weekend. We have some pop culture, reality TV. We're going to chat Sinners finally, a month later. We're excited to gab with you girlies today.
And you guys know what I'm gonna say. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Gossip Break. Share this with your best yapper. Leave us a 5-star review. Subscribe on YouTube. Like the video. And then now let's just jump into Sinners. What do you think?
I loved it. It was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah, I want to, it's like I want to be in the Sinners universe, but I don't. But
Right, right.
oh my God, it was so good. Yeah. And I'm so glad I stayed to the end too, because I did see somebody
Yeah.
on social media like, you have to stay until after the end credits. Thank God, because I feel like if I didn't see, okay, if you're here, spoilers, like, I don't, it's been a
Yeah,
month. I don't
please.
care anymore. If I didn't see them at the end, I would have, I still would have liked the movie, but I would have been like, I feel like something is missing. And I think that tied it all together.
That, like, I'm getting emotional about it, weirdly. Because it's just, I don't know, that movie means no, I'm actually about to start crying. I'm very unstable this
Are you
weekend,
okay?
so forgive me. But this movie means so much to me because the storytelling in this film was insane. The historical references were insane. And I'm so someone that lives for like historical fantasy. If someone were to ask me my favorite movie, I'd probably say like Night at the Museum. So
I love it.
this was
Like you're,
everything to me,
yeah.
you know? Like it was black as hell, it was historical, it was fucking vampires. It's like all my favorite. It was Michael B. Jordan. Two Michael
Two.
B's. So I was in hog heaven and seeing the end when Mary and Stack are now in the 90s and they see Sammy perform and you see that they're still tearing it up as vampires was just it gave me like peace with the ending because
Yeah.
before I was really just not disturbed in a bad way, but like I was unsettled by the
Yeah.
end of the
I
movie.
was too. I was unsettled
Yeah.
because I didn't know that he was going to get bit. Like I thought that the
Me,
twins would survive
I thought
the
everyone was gonna
original.
survive. No one
So
survived.
when
Yeah.
he got bit, I was like, there's no fucking way. And I knew that Mary was going to be a vampire because I remember like it was almost like a year ago. I had seen somebody post a clip on Twitter and it was like her with blood all over her mouth. And I was like, oh shit, she's in horror now. And they were like, oh my God, like I can't wait to see her in Sinners. So I just kind of knew she was going to end up being a vampire, but I was shocked that Stack got bit too. And then because I was just like, it was just unsettling because of the twins separating. Like, no,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
oh, it made me, oh, yeah, it really did make me
Yeah.
feel things. And then Smoke too, like,
I know, bro.
dude, but like, honestly, I feel like he got the happier ending, even though,
They both got what they
yeah,
wanted, and so that's what gave me peace. Is like
that's
Stack
true.
and Mary got to get to be together for eternity,
Mhm.
just tearing races up through every century. Like, okay, if I'm gonna be a vampire, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go hunt
I
the
have my boo with me,
yeah,
so
my I got my man and we're hunting the KKK together. Like, hell yeah. Like, are you
okay.
that's oh it like they turned a horrible thing into a bad thing, especially with the twins being separated. And
Yeah.
then Smoke got what he wanted because he gets to be with his child now and
Oh, that
the
was so
mother of
sad.
his child. So it was just like, okay, like they both get to be with the loves of their lives and have
Yeah.
that. But
And Sammy
twins,
got to be a musician in Chicago.
yeah. Sammy got to be a musician, but like everybody else, I'm
Yeah.
depressed. Like little Lisa at the grocery store, like, what is she gonna do? She has no family now. She has no mom and dad.
I couldn't think about it. No, I was like, this, it's fiction.
I know. I have to tell myself, like, this was not real. Like,
Yeah.
vampires are not real, but it was just like, I don't know. It like took you into their world so well. Like, Ryan Coogler, you are exactly who you think you are. You
Yeah.
are him,
Yeah.
Himothy.
It was so good. When I first started it, I was like, am I going to be able to get past Michael Jordan being twins? Because we already know, obviously, he's not a twin. Whereas I feel like with the Parent Trap when
Mhm.
we were younger, I literally thought Lindsay
I
Lohan.
thought it was a
Did.
twin.
So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, like, it was easier to digest. But this one, I was just like, it took me like a few minutes to wrap my brain around
Mhm.
being like, okay, this is like him doing this twice. But I got over it within like 5 minutes. He really did act very well and both different twins that I totally forgot about. I was like, no, they're twins.
Yeah. I
um,
forgot it was the same person.
yeah, no, I forgot eventually, which I was like, okay, so this is good, good acting. And then I loved the scene where, like, I liked how they were explaining it about how the music is what draws in kind of like the evil spirits, which is so
Yes.
scary
Oh
and
my gosh.
spooky. And then just showing when Sammy was balling out, like singing his ass off, and you see all the different generations like weaving
Uh,
through the thing. Chills. That was
I just got
fucking,
chills of
no, literally, I got chills. It was so cool. I loved it so much.
It was perfect. No notes. Anyone that has anything negative to say about it, you're literally a hater because this was like, it's one of the most highest grossing horror films ever.
Hmm.
It was perfect. It was perfectly represented. It covered the real culture. Like I didn't know that there was like a Chinese influence in the South during 1930s. Like that's something I
It's cool
learned.
how they put that in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, like they had them in there. They had the Native Americans were vampire hunters in the beginning.
It's giving
Like
Twilight. It's
yeah,
giving.
no, literally. I was like, yo, this is so layered. It was yeah, it was
It makes you
perfect.
think. Do you think vampires are real?
There's
Because
definite
why is there so much folklore about it? It's kind of
I
crazy.
know. And that's what they were saying. Every
Every culture.
culture has a like a story that's similar,
Yeah.
that talks about these things, and especially like with music too, that is
Mhm.
in every culture and every religion, that music is like a powerful tool to connect you to a higher being, whether it's a or a lower being, I guess. I'm like something someone knows something, and there definitely
Yes.
is, because there is too much folklore about them for like
And it's so
this to be
detailed, and they
true.
have like all kind of the same aspects, like can't
Yeah.
get invited in, or like can't go somewhere unless they're invited in, like vampires at
Yes.
Twilight,
Oh my God. No,
all the
watching
things.
like my True Blood girlies, this was literally for you because that's what True Blood is about. It's about vampires in Louisiana.
Okay, so this is
So,
so True Blood coded.
so this was so True Blood coded. I'm honestly just gonna tell myself they're in the same universe.
Yeah, I loved the movie. I thought it was really good. The acting was great. The world was great. The outfit department ate.
Uh,
Love. And I just think that this is going to be such a. I feel like horror is really starting to resonate with more audiences. And I feel
mhm.
like giving credit to Demi Moore, because I feel like her and The Substance kind of started it off for me, at least, someone who's not like a huge horror person, and then seeing it
Yeah.
nominated and all these people talk about it, and like, because they don't even have a horror category in all
Yeah.
of the award shows. And I feel like this is going to start opening up doors because I would love to see this get nominated for anything like acting,
Yeah.
cinematography, directing, the outfits, anything. Like, and like, so yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like Demi Moore kind of started off like with people being in
Like,
horror nominated more because they need
yeah.
to be. Horror people put on like crazy performances and they just get skipped over.
Yeah, I think that horror has some of the best plots because
Yeah.
you have to be so creative. You actually have to make people feel something like scared and eerie, and to communicate that through film is really hard. Go see Sinners. Thanks. Bye. Like, that's all I have to say. Go see that movie. You will enjoy it. So let's just,
Okay, well, let's talk about our pop culture news before we, because no, literally,
yes.
I'll keep talking about it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna have to talk about Justin Bieber again. um, I'm never talking about a man on this podcast in positivity again because the next week they embarrass me. So from now on, like anything we say on this podcast is for this moment in this time, and then next week, who knows? My opinions could change, but okay, we got to talk about the Justin Bieber Hailey Vogue. Hailey Bieber was on the cover of Vogue for June, I believe. I don't know. How does that
Yeah,
work?
it's May, so it's June. Yeah.
She looks gorgeous and, happy for her, whatever. Then Justin Bieber posts a Instagram post to congratulate, I guess, question mark, his wife. And this is what it said. I'm going to read it in full for everyone so we can debrief this together. Yo, this reminds me when Hailey and I got into a huge fight. I told Hales that she would never be on the cover of Vogue. Yikes, I know. So mean. For some reason, because I felt so disrespected, I thought I gotta get even. I think as we mature, we realize that we're not helping anything by getting even. We're honestly just prolonging what we really want, which is intimacy and connection. So, baby, you already know, but forgive me for saying you wouldn't get a Vogue cover, because clearly I was sadly mistaken. All right, time to unpack.
You know that like trope in social media of like when the guy posts happy birthday for his girl or happy anniversary, and it's like we've been through ups and downs.
We've been through hell and back.
Yeah. No, you dragged her to hell and brought her back. Like she did it. She's just a good woman.
Yeah, it's literally that
Yeah.
trope.
Yeah, like y'all tussle about y'all's kids.
I am, I'm okay. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt when I first saw this because taking away my hater glasses right now, I could see that he probably had, if I squint, like some good intentions of this, right?
Yeah.
Like he, and it just came across in such a bad way because like the clearly I was sadly mistaken. That's the part where it's like, do you know what you just said by being sadly mistaken? That means like you are actually unhappy that this came to fruition, that she is on the cover of Vogue. It could have been a simple congratulations because now everybody, I mean, including us, is talking about the caption rather than the
The
Vogue.
cover.
And it's hard for me to not feel like he doesn't know what he's doing because I do think that, me included, like the general public does kind of infantilize him and just kind of make him, because he has gone through struggles that we could see. Not, I mean, we assume some of it, but we know that he's been through some shit. So I feel like we just kind of be like, oh, Justin Bieber, he's been through so much. He's a little kid. But at the same time, it is kind of hard not to be like, how would you not know that this wouldn't come across well for her? Especially with like the shit Hailey's been going through the past few weeks with the hate trains and like the 7-part documentary. She's already kind of on thin ice. So it's like she doesn't need this from her husband, too.
He, no, you saying we infantilize him is perfect because we do. Like we see him as the JB that we grew
Little
up with,
teenage. Yeah.
but now he is a husband and a father. And again, he chose that life for him. Like
He's
whether
older than
you,
both of us.
yeah, whether you say Haley stalked him and was creepy, like he got down on one knee, he
Hmm.
married her, he got her pregnant, he made those choices knowing what marriage and parenthood come with.
Mhm.
And yet you are doing this?
Yeah, it's just I feel bad for Hailey, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing. It's like, what's the point of all these people hating on, like, okay, maybe she can get over all these people hating on her if she's just
Mm-hmm.
ever like, I'm secure in my relationship. You guys can talk all the shit I want, but I got my man. But then it's like when all these people are hating and then your man is embarrassing you too, that's gotta be tough. So again, like I said, I feel like he probably tried to have good intentions, but it just came across so stupid and so immature and so dumb. And I'm just like, come on.
I'm at the age where I don't care if you had good intentions.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
oh, but I didn't
impact over
mean,
intention.
yeah, like I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but you did. So now
Yeah.
what are you gonna do about that? Like, we're past the age, and like I feel this way about like friendships and work and dating as like a single girl, but I can only imagine as like as a couple, a married couple, like, oh, well, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I don't give a fuck if you did.
Yeah.
I almost wish you did mean to hurt my feelings so you could just be like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, that was out of line.
Yeah. No, you're so right. Like, I do like to give people the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, they had good intentions. But at the end of the day, it is about the impact. And I'm thinking, if I
Hmm.
put myself in her shoes, I literally could not even imagine Dino posting something like that. I don't think he would even have the capacity to
No,
say
he
something like that
doesn't.
about me. So it's like,
Yeah.
how does Justin have the capacity to write stuff like that? And it's like, again, like he's been in the media for so long. You have to know to a certain extent when you're posting an Instagram caption like that about your wife, it's going to be picked up by all the media cycles. People are going to dissect it. It almost feels like he was mad she was getting attention and took it away from her. And it's like, oh, now all the stuff is about me.
Exact. Classic.
That's
Classic.
it. Because
Are,
the more I think about it, the tropes with them. I was actually reading a really good Glamour article about it. If I find it, I can link it. But they were just talking about how, it doesn't even matter how famous these people are if you're just looking at the context of them. It really happens to women all over the world where it's like
yes.
they were basically saying, Justin was obviously the more famous one. He was the one that was very sought after. And Hailey at the time when they got together was just, kind of famous because she was friends with Kendall Jenner and just
Mm-hmm.
around in circles, but she didn't really have her own thing. Now, 2025, Hailey is arguably, I don't want to say more famous than Justin because Justin is a legacy in his own right, but she's
Hmm.
right up there. Like she has Rhode, which is almost a $1 billion company. She's like, you're not thinking of her as, oh, the friend of Kendall Jenner anymore. Like you think of her
Right.
on her own. She's a fashion icon. Every time you go on TikTok, people are like, Hailey Bieber nails, Hailey Bieber skin, Hailey Bieber hair, Hailey Bieber style. Like she is her own
Right.
girl. And she's kind of in the press more than Justin at this point. Like, let's face it, she's getting
Hmm.
more publicity than him, more PR, more attention, more love. I don't know about more love. Well, maybe.
Well, now,
But and then it's like all of a sudden, then Justin comes in and like takes her shine, and now it's like back on the bottom again.
yeah.
You
It's yeah, it's an
think
age.
I want to like them.
Yeah, it's an age-old trope, which I think kind of leads us perfectly into our next segment about men being on the top, women coming in and then flipping the script, and then these men trying to tear their women down. It is classic in reality TV, most recently, I think, with the Valley. Sorry, I don't know if you were done talking about JB
No,
and
I'm
Haley,
done.
but I was like, this is the perfect. This actually reminds me of someone we're already talking about
Exactly.
today.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about the Valley. Have you guys been watching the Valley Girls? Because, yeah, we haven't obviously done a recap, but let's just talk about it now because the most important stuff, or like it's getting to the juicy stuff.
Yeah, I didn't watch season one. Maybe I will if I miss
You need to.
it, but you don't really need to watch it. I like again, I haven't watched Vanderpump and I didn't watch season one of The Valley, but I am tuned in every week to watch The Valley and the after show. I think that's what gets
After
me
show. Yes.
into the show because that after show, they're eating it up.
It's like the trifecta. I'll watch the Valley and then I'm like, okay, after show. Okay, watch what happens live.
Yes, so
The
good.
perfect trifecta.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about the Valley. Do you want to, who do we even start chatting about? Because these men, like, do we start with Jesse? Do we start with Danny?
Let's start with Jesse because I have the most wrath
Okay,
for him.
let's start with Jesse and Michelle. What are you thinking?
So Jesse is like Jax, but I don't know if it's like a different brand of
Yeah.
Jax. Jesse is so out of control. And what makes it worse is I'm not victim blaming. I know Jesse is a bad person, but Michelle is so fucking annoying to me. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just me,
No,
but
it's
she's
everyone. She's
okay.
hard to root for. Like I obviously Jesse's
Yes.
horrible, but she has a very like I was listening to another podcast and they were like, she's literally a charisma vacuum. Like there's nothing to her. It's so sad saying that, but
Yeah, it's so mean because Jesse is horrible and I know he was tearing her down, but like she did cheat on him and her personality does suck.
I
So,
know that's where it's like, damn, man. Like the people who are on Jesse's side, I think that's a little bit too far.
yeah.
But then again, it's like typical Bravo. Bravo fans love a fucking shitty ass man. He could just have like a little bit of a funny personality and they forget everything he's done. That's how Tom Sandoval and Schwartz were able to get away with their shenanigans for as long as they did because they were a little bit funny. And then, like, we see it on Summer House, Jesse and West. Oh, they're a little bit funny and whatever, they're bros,
Yeah.
but like completely forget about the terrorizing they do to the women. And then the same with Jesse. It's like, yeah, he is funny. He has a personality. Like, he's a good reality star, but he's fucking evil.
He is diabolical. Him
Yeah.
going around, and the worst part about like they are perfect reality TV stars because they make me feel something so strong, and it is
Yeah.
confliction, if that's a word. Because like again, on the one hand, Jesse's horrible, but he's wicked smart. Pretty sure he went to like he has like a Wharton MBA. He dated Anna Nicole Smith.
That lore is crazy.
He is like a real estate mogul, but he's going on television lying about his wife because they're not divorced,
Mhm.
lying about his wife being an escort.
That's the part where it was like, he was like, okay, yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a thing. And it's like, so you could just, after, for like a whole episode, you're talking shit in the boys' chat saying she's an escort, and then she confronts you and it's like, yeah, that was a lie. It's like, so you could so easily lie about the mother of your child.
Right. Yeah.
It,
And
yeah, and
that's the part
like,
that makes me sad is
yeah.
that they have a kid together. And I'm like, I don't know who I want to have custody of this child because I don't trust either one of you raising a decent human being in this world. How did y'all even get together?
Literally booty call. And so that's the one thing last season you may have missed is that she did say Jesse was a booty call, and then they just ended up not leaving each other.
But like, that's what I don't understand. Like, how can you? Like a booty call and we fell in love. Okay, sure. Obviously, if we're booty calling every night, like of course we're gonna be in love. But to be like, yeah, let's get married, let's have a kid.
Yeah, what went wrong? I think she was on a podcast recently. They're all doing so much podcast. I don't know which
Oh my
one it was, but
gosh.
it was just like a TikTok clip I saw, but she was kind of explaining their money situation and saying how I think that they had, I don't know if I'm making this up, but I remember she said something about like 1.5 million or something like that in savings, or I don't know what it was. And he basically blew it all, like all of it. And then on top of that, didn't go back to work. And Michelle had to go back to work when she had the kid. So, like, yeah, I would be pissed as hell too if during COVID, my husband spent all of our life earned savings, like that much. And now we're at the bottom. And then he doesn't go back to work, and I have to go back to work
No.
and take care of our daughter. And then she's also saying, like, he never says I'm pretty. He doesn't touch me. He doesn't kiss me. He doesn't say I love you. Like, not condoning cheating, but my girl was going through it.
No, she was definitely going through it. But then when you see her on the show and Jesse planned a trip for the group and she's trying to collect votes to vote Jesse out of the
That's
trip.
where It's like, come on.
And then she starts crying because everyone's like, no, you fucking weirdo. Like, why would we vote the person out that literally coordinated this entire thing? That doesn't make any sense. And then
And
cries about it and then goes and fights with him the whole time.
that's why she's hard to root for.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're just
because
dumb. That's so
um,
dumb.
when she was first bringing it up and she was like, yeah, so Jesse, is having this thing and I have a plan. And what I thought she was going to say next is, okay, I'm going to get my own place and then I'm going to make people vote. Do you want to stay with me or Jesse? But her staying at Jesse's place that he booked and then going there and being like, you have to leave or let's vote to kick Jesse out. That is insane. You should have just got your own place and maybe had the girls over and then he had the guys. That's that. Trying to kick him out of his own booked place. Like, it's hard to root for you, girl.
And then cries.
Exactly. The way she
That's
talks to her, like, I feel like she's giving me like new vocal stems. The one when she's like, why was a gay guy giving you money? I love the way she
you're
says,
a gay hooker. And it's like, where, like, oh my, y'all have a kid. Y'all are literally married. I would seriously, like, God forbid any of this, but I would rather my husband or soon to be ex-husband call me a bitch on national television rather than a hooker.
he was like, you're the only lying, cheating whore around here. That's insane. Like, deserved drink in the face. And also,
Yeah.
he literally throws a drink in his face, and then the next episode, we just move on. I feel like any other show, if this was Housewives, they would have
Oh, drag that
kept up
out.
on the drink in the face the entire season. Like, the Valley,
Yeah.
that's literally the last 5 minutes, and then we move on to more craziness.
Yeah, because, well, I guess we'll talk about our next toxic. Well, I don't want to call them toxic, but
Toxic situation, not
yeah,
marriage.
Nia and Danny.
What do you think about that whole scenario of him getting drunk and
Okay.
then passing out at dinner and the girlies, Jasmine, and them
Oh
making a
my
big
God. First of all, Jasmine and that gay with the toupee, what's his name?
attack?
They are, and what's so annoying and unfortunate is that they're the only gay people on the entire cast, and they're like my least favorite people. And that is so wrong because you can tell, and they're my least favorite because they're clinging on to relevancy.
Yeah, they're trying to get story, like they're trying
They're
to find storyline.
trying to stir up drama so much so that I hate them because you have nothing real, you have no real drama going on in your life. Like, I'm sorry, we have Jax Taylor and Brittany like fighting over cocaine and crack,
And
basically,
abuse
and abuse. Yeah, you have Jesse and Michelle fully married, calling each other whores.
and
You have
hooker.
no, literally, you have Nia and Danny having a million children and having like a drinking problem. Janet is a bitch to everyone, but I like that. And her husband is so sweet, and I like that too. And then you just have Jasmine and Danny, and it's like, so what do y'all have going on? Like, oh, I'm just gonna pick a fight with someone over like their life drama, which brings me back to Nia and Danny. Nia's literally one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen, and her being a
Disney
pageant queenie. I'm like, of course, you're gorgeous girl. And then her husband being a Hannah Montana alumni.
I literally remember him.
Me too. And I was like, I didn't realize he was that much older than me when I was watching the show.
Yeah. There's something about Danny that I can't fully get behind, and I really like Nia, so I want to get behind it. And I
Hmm.
want to say that it's not a big deal because at the end of the day, like, yeah, he went to work, he came back, he was trying to catch up with everybody on the drinking. He has like three, four kids. Yeah, he was drunk and got tired and passed out. But, and I gotta think that's
And
a big deal. Like, and
yeah, I think that is okay because I have been on plenty of trips where I'm like, damn, I overdid it. Time out for me. Like if y'all want
I
me
need to
to
rot in bed.
rally tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna have to go to bed early tonight. That is fine. But it's what happened before last year with Jasmine, which makes sense why she's on this diatribe. But like this ain't the moment you're looking for, you know?
Yeah, I feel for Jasmine because I totally agree with you. Like, there's one part of me that's just like, you're just trying to make drama, and it's very transparent that because
Hmm.
it really, in this scenario, in this isolated scenario, it was not a big deal that he got drunk and passed out. Who the fuck cares? Like everybody does that. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure, but then I think about it and like the reason why I see her point of view and probably like why she's so much more frustrated is I do think that her being, is she bisexual, lesbian, whatever, her being in a woman and woman relationship is
Yeah.
affecting this in a different way because I do
Yes.
think that, like, let's say it was Janet that Danny went up to and grabbed her leg and was like, go get daddy a drink. Jason would not be okay with that. If it was
Right.
Brittany, Jax probably would have coked out and hit him in the face, you know, like
Yeah.
any of the other men would have had a huge problem with Danny
Yeah.
touching her leg and then also grabbing the other her girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like it is kind of going under the table because they're like, oh well, you know, they're lesbians, so it's not like they're even attracted to Danny. Who cares? But I just
No,
think
that's why
such a
Danny
fucking
did it.
exactly. It's so disrespectful. So I understand why Jasmine is like harboring this resentment towards him because she's probably like, he did this off camera and I want everybody to know about it. But it just feels so out of place in this specific incident. Like it feels like
Yeah.
she's doing too much because he did apologize. It's been months now. It feels like you're just trying to bring it up to make him look bad. So yeah, I'm like conflicted because I don't know.
Yeah. For me, it's like the incident where because I didn't even think about it that way, but now that you put it that way, that does add an extra layer of like, you was only comfortable with touching them because they did not have a man attached to them.
Yeah.
They're not, someone's not going to come and punch you in the face, or you're going to have a problem with one of the guys. So that makes me question how you view not even like lesbian women, just women in general,
In
like how
general.
you value women. Like you don't see the problem with harassing or insulting or traumatizing a woman if as long as she doesn't have a man. That's strike one. And then there's that. And then, but this is not the time or the place, I feel like, for Jasmine. Because her problem, okay, he apologized. We're going to get over it, whatever. But now your problem isn't that he
Mm-hmm.
touched you, it's that he's drunk and fell asleep. Like what do you want Nia to say at the table? Like, yeah, guys, my husband has a drinking problem. Like, does he? Like,
Yeah.
we don't really know. Yeah, he might sneak alcohol because he probably doesn't want his wife to know how much he's drinking. Does that mean he has a problem? Like, does that mean he's an alcoholic? No,
Mm-hmm.
he just can't handle his liquor,
Yeah. And
which
on
is
much of,
not good. And
yeah, it's
he's
not
too
great.
old to be doing that. But that doesn't mean, like, at the first instance where it's not like he's throwing up, cussing people out. He just wants to take a nap during dinner. Like,
That's the least problematic thing he could have done after being batshit
right.
drunk is to go to sleep. Like he did us everyone a favor.
Right.
Go to sleep and don't bother anyone.
Yeah. So it just was grasping for straws. And Kristen so eloquently put, y'all are only talking about y'all have been sitting at the table for 2 hours. If you really wanted to wake it up at the table and be like, hey, I'll be honest, I'm a little concerned. You could have like framed it like that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
concerned about Danny because last time he got super drunk, he made me and my girlfriend feel really uncomfortable. And now, as soon as he drinks, he can't even make dinner. That's concerning to me. Is everything okay? Yeah, you're being fucking messy, bringing it up in front of everyone, but at least you can go under the guise of concern. But you're
Mhm.
waiting for her to leave the table, and now you're all with
Yeah, that's
Brittany.
what I don't like.
With
And I
Brittany.
think that's why Nia was the most upset because she's like, you guys
Yeah.
could have told me this. I have to walk up to your room and hear you guys talking shit about me beyond the door. That and they're supposed to be my friends. That's I did feel bad for her. Because I guess like I think that Brittany was doing too much. I see why she was pissed. Like she's airing everything out, and then she probably feels like Nia is protecting Danny a little bit. But
Of
like it's
course.
bad. That's literally what you did with Jax on Vanderpump Rules for years. Okay, I don't really want to hear it from Brittany.
Yeah. And it's not like we don't know if he has a problem yet.
Hmm.
We just know that he can't handle his liquor.
Yeah. And I was going to say on Watch What Happens Live, he did say, because I think somebody asked about like, why did you go into the back room to take the tequila or like, it looked like you were hiding it. And he was like,
Mhm.
that's literally just where the alcohol was. I was just going back there, like, I don't know, like I didn't want. So it seemed just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard because it could seem innocent, but there is a piece of me that is just like, something just doesn't feel right with him.
Yeah, despite everything I just said defending Danny, like something is not right
It's
with
just a
that man.
woman's intuition, but we have
I
no
don't,
proof really.
yeah, I don't know what it is, but there is something there and it'll come out eventually. And let's just wait for it to come ahead. Why do we have to bring this all out now? Jasmine, you're looking for a moment so, so bad, and it's literally not working. I read right through that and I was just like, this is not a good look for you. And like, I know, and you could have kept playing that victim card
Mhm.
because that's really the only card you have right now and just cash that in for the rest of the season. But now it's like I don't even want to hear about you bringing that up anymore because that was just such low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like it needed to be in the moment. And now it definitely feels like she's just trying to, like you said, just try to make a moment. And it's hard to be on her side when you see so transparently what someone's trying to do, like
Yeah.
trying to make a moment out of something. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Valley has been dark, but definitely one of the best shows on Bravo right now. Like reality
100%.
TV between The Valley, Summer House, and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is hitting for me right now.
No, fed. I'm like seriously overfed, finally.
Finally, we'll talk about Secret Lives of the Mormon Wives probably next week because we want to
Yeah.
finish the season. But I guess let's get into our other Bravo news. So, in a shocking move, the Real Housewives of New Jersey star Dolores Catania will be migrating from the Garden State to the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Okay, can confirm. So it says multiple sources confirmed the news. Dishing Dolores is going to be coming to the new show, Real Housewives of Rhode Island. She's going to rent a summer house there and will be a friend of the housewives. And then I did see Andy say something like, it's not as big as it's being made to be. Like, I wonder if she's just
Hmm.
only going to be in a little bit of things, just maybe a few episodes. But that does make me think about Jersey. It kind of is seeming more and more like it's not going to come back.
Yeah, it's like Phaedra in Dubai.
Because why would she move to another Housewives franchise if Jersey was going to be there?
Right.
So now we have Melissa's going on wife swap too. So what's Teresa gonna do?
Yeah, what is Teresa
Taxes you
going
gotta
to do?
pay.
Oh yeah, girl, oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
And did you see that recent? It was like some podcast. Yeah, I think you posted it on our story of Gia and Teresa on Gia's podcast, and they were kind of talking
Hmm.
about with the fake storylines and stuff like that. Um, it's like funny to me, but I'm almost at a certain point where it's like enough. Enough is enough.
She ate that one little thing because Teresa's not, we do not love her for her quick-wittedness. That is not why she's a housewife slay. But Gia asked her mom, like, what was a storyline that was completely just made up for the show? Because we all know inevitably that's gonna happen. And she said, well, just ask Melissa. She had a lot. But like, no shade, she
She did.
did.
Yeah, she did. I just feel like I don't know what like
But
I
now
don't
y'all can stop. That was my last one, Teresa, that I'm giving
that's
you.
how I feel like. It's like I'm because it's like their show is not going on anymore. I haven't even seen Melissa in like any news
Right.
lately, so I'm just like enough, please. Like I don't make me I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know because again, like you guys know I like Teresa. Like I'm always on here defending her. I don't know why this one I was just like, ugh. Can
It's
we talk
because
about something else now?
yeah, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about maybe because they haven't addressed the fact that they are scamming the federal government again for tax money. Like maybe it's like you're talking about like yeah, Melissa had fake storylines because she's not always in legal trouble.
It's not a bad thing to be boring. I would probably have to fake storylines too because
Oh,
like sorry, my life is normal.
1000%. Sometimes I like to think, oh, I would love to be on Housewives or something, but I'm like, low key. I don't have enough drama in my life, one, and two, I don't tolerate drama like that in my life.
Yeah.
So if my husband was doing something like crazy or on TV or disrespecting me or had legal and financial troubles, I would just quietly divorce him and tell people, yeah, I left
Yeah.
him because he was bringing too much drama to my life. Like, I don't handle stress well, so when anything is stressing me out, I literally walk away. Like, what
Yeah.
did you guys want me to throw up on TV? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I don't even, and they do, but
Yeah.
it's like, I don't do that. So, like, what do you
Yeah.
want from me? That's not how I handle business, even personally.
Hmm. Yeah, it when I think about that, it's like, yeah, I could literally never be a housewife because I don't even have like I was thinking more reality TV about just the Mormon wives just for a little bit. The
Hmm.
halfway of what I have been watching through the season, it's so frustrating how it's like funny, but it's like frustrating how they're all about like, oh, mom talk is about empowering women and we're trying to have a sisterhood in this Mormon culture and how it could be tough and we want to be together. But then they literally take every chance they get in that show to bring somebody down. Like bring Jen down whenever we can, bring Whitney down whenever we can.
Yeah.
What's the girl's name? Miranda, bring her down whenever we can. It's I just it's that is too much drama for me, like way too
Yeah.
much drama. Because sometimes it's like, oh, it would be so cute to have like a really big girlfriend group like that and going out all the time. And it would be so nice, like when you're pregnant, to have all these girls around you. And then you see what they do, and it's like, no, there's literally
Yeah.
no way I could be on reality TV because you guys
Yeah.
are scary.
And I'm not gonna forgive you.
No,
Like Nia going back to the valley, like Nia's gonna have to forgive Brittany and Jasmine and all of them for doing this to her. Where I would like if someone did that to me in real life, I would literally never speak to them again.
that's the hard part about being a reality TV star is having to forgive people to just like move on for the sake of the show. And some people, yeah, they're not cut out for that. Like I guess, yeah, speaking of the Mormon wives, I guess a little bit more. I've been seeing a lot of people talk shit about Michaela this season, saying how she's just being so mean to Whitney and she's just doing too much. But, like, dare I say, maybe she's just being real because she doesn't like Whitney anymore and Whitney was a bad friend. And she admitted that Whitney only comes around when the cameras are around. Like, she never wants to hang out with us any other time. I'd
Yeah.
probably be like, yeah, I don't like you either. And you're going to know.
Yeah, like I don't see the problem with that. That's how any normal person would
Yeah, that's how
react.
every normal person would be like that. It's not normal to want to forgive somebody for being a bad friend. Like, yeah, it's just it would be way too hard to be a reality TV star. I don't know how
Yeah.
police do it, but I thank
Or
them for it.
are people coming for like I think I single-handedly couldn't be on a reality TV show would be and not to be like my man, my man, my man. I don't even have one. But if someone came for my husband and let us have kids too. So I see you because I can take it. I can handle my own like woman to woman like that drama is fine, but like the types of things that women go after when it comes to somebody else's man is just it's different to me because it's always
Yeah.
like sexual undertones or like
Yes, that's
something
making
like
me think of
that.
Portia and Angela. Like the shit Portia is saying about
Yes.
Charles. Like
Yeah.
I would be Lisa Rinna throwing the wine glass on the table, like, don't you dare
Yeah,
your
like
husband.
shut shut up, you fat pig or whatever.
Beast.
Yeah, you beast. You be like I would be in my full soap opera bag if someone tried to say, even if he did or was or wasn't cheating on me. Regardless, I would go so fucking crazy because it's just like no, 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 no. I don't like that narrative out there, and it's none of your business. And like, especially if it's false and you have kids, it's just like, I don't want my kids thinking that their dad cheated on me. I think about Jennifer Aiden and Margaret.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he did cheat on Jennifer Aiden. Why would you ever tell your kids that?
Mhm.
And now,
Especially when you guys are back together again.
yeah. And so,
Yeah.
like, to go for that and be like, well, your husband cheated on you is just so again, it's low hanging fruit. I think of Whitney or not Whitney, Wendy and Sesame Street on Potomac. Eddie
Sesame.
was Eddie was smiling at me, happy Eddie. That is literally a lie.
Yeah.
You
For
just
the
made that
Chris.
up.
Chris was trying to talk to me, and then they show the footage, just like asking how you're doing today.
That
That's
is
why
just
Candace can't be
so,
on there because she's too real. Like there,
yeah,
I understand her not being able to kiki with Giselle anymore. Like, no, you tried to insinuate that my man was sexually assaulting people.
cheating on me and sexually assaulting people.
We
That
can't
is,
be friends again.
we can't come back from that. And that's what I'm saying. That's like the one thing, because you can call me a bitch. You can say I'm a bad friend. You can say I'm evil. You can say I dress badly, whatever. But like, if you accuse or accurately tell the world that my husband is cheating on me, bitch, get outside. Let's go outside. Seriously. I couldn't. Or that he's like broke, or he's broke, like Louis,
You,
the
God
Louis
forbid.
stuff.
God forbid he's broke.
Like, or he has like he's doing shady money shit. Oh, why are you trying to embarrass me like that?
Yeah,
Women already get embarrassed enough by men just without anybody knowing except her and her man, let alone the whole world.
Justin and Hailey.
Theme of today, no new episode, no context. Men
Men
embarrassing.
embarrassing women.
Yeah, I'm classic.
Ugh. Well, I guess let's just talk about our last little story to end it. It was announced that Alix Earle is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. So I don't know how they're doing this cast run for Dancing with the Stars because it was like a few weeks ago they announced that Robert Irwin was going to be on there, and now they have Alix Earle. So I feel like they're taking a really long time in between announcing people. So maybe
Hmm.
we'll see some more people soon. I do love Dancing with the Stars. It's just a nice little cozy show to watch. I love it during the fall time specifically because I like when they do like the Halloween stuff. But I mean, I'm sure she'll probably be a good dancer, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's like tall and skinny. So,
We'll figure it out.
yeah, like you can move your feet.
Yeah. There is a story I saw about her today that I wanted to talk about with this and just about her being so smart. I honestly feel like she's going to be the next Kardashian, like Kim Kardashian in a sense, because
Hmm.
somebody made a TikTok about it and she was saying that she was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal and she was like, I'm just going to tell you what was said so you don't have to pay for it. I was like, God bless. So she was talking about her brand deals and her money and her stocks and how she invests. And I just thought it was so interesting because her dad is so fucking smart now that he manages her. And basically, like, you know, like with like me and you would do a brand deal or whatever, it'd be like, okay, they pay you once and then you just post it and like that's it. Like
Hmm.
thing. She doesn't do one-off brand deals because she knows that her brand power is going to last so much longer than like one video she does. So she has all the brands pay her equity for everything. So like long-term money that she's getting, which I just think is so crazy because I feel like no influencers get that. It's like, okay,
No.
you post the video, you get the money, and that's it. Basically, they were saying for like the Poppy commercials, and now that the Pepsi acquired it, she made a huge profit from that. Whereas
Yeah.
like, most influencers aren't getting that because they just did a one-off Poppy deal and that's it. But like she has like
Hmm.
equity in the company, or like the Margs thing that she does, she has equity in that company. I just feel like she's so smart and she probably is making so much money. It is kind of cool to see and her being so open about it too.
She's gonna be the youngest billionaire.
Yeah, for sure. She's only 24.
I know. I remember when I first, like, I remember before she blew up, seeing one of her videos of her getting ready at UM, like 3 years ago.
You know, it's crazy.
It's insane. Like, I know Kim is like, "Fuck."
Shaking.
Yeah, like she didn't even have to make a sex tape. Like, I literally sold my soul.
She barely talks about sex. I don't even like it's not
No,
even
she's not even she's literally doesn't go for the male gaze, which is
at
like
all. Yeah, when you think about
really
it, she's totally
impressive.
for the girls.
Yeah, where other influencers, and I don't have a problem with it. I do it too. They tap into being a sexy girl, and like the girls want to be her and the men want to be with her.
Mhm.
Alex doesn't really tap into that.
And I feel like she never has. It's always, even before she was with her boyfriend now,
Yeah.
it was just like getting ready with the girls, getting
Yeah,
drunk.
like yeah, she's hot, obviously, like she's attractive,
Mhm.
but she doesn't lean into it like everyone else does to climb
Yeah,
the
she's not like
social
laying it
ladder.
out.
Right. I think of like Alex Cooper, Lori Harvey, Kim Kardashian, Hailey Bieber. They all use men to kind of bolster
Sydney
their
Sweeney.
careers. Yeah. Sydney Sweeney. Yeah. And which is fine. Hey,
Yeah, do what you got to do.
I have no problem with that. Best believe that's what I would be doing. But the fact that she's doing this all on her own is really crazy. I don't know how, but good for her.
Yeah, these next few years, we're just going to see her transform into just mega millionaire, insane wealth. And I do think that she is a positive influence. When I do see her videos, she's usually like fostering a dog, or I don't know, she just seems like very real and down to earth. But I'm not giving anybody too much credit. As we see, I talk about somebody positively, and then the next week they embarrass
Oh,
us.
yeah, I just remember she had those tweets
Oh,
actually.
you're right. There we go. All right, bring it back down to earth.
Yeah, like let me not boost her up too much. It is impressive, but like let me not speak on it too much
Yeah,
because I
not
don't
too
want
much, not too much.
y'all coming after me next. So,
But yeah, I just thought it was interesting her being so transparent about how she's making money. Because I saw like that other influencer, Brand Flakes, on TikTok, where how he talked about how much money he made. And I just feel like it's very good for these people to open up the doors to talk about how much money you can make in influencing and content creation. Because yeah, just the more people talk about how much you're getting paid, then other people aren't going to get ripped off. So kudos to her. I guess we'll see her on Dancing with the Stars.
can I talk about something really quick?
Yes.
So I have or previously had this thing where I wouldn't follow influencers, I wouldn't follow celebrities on Instagram. I would only follow them on the Gossip Break podcast. But now that I'm more in my content creation bag, and you have people like Brand Flakes being like, yeah, I made 1 million just off without brand deals last year. Yeah, I've been clocking the fuck in on TikTok. So on TikTok and on
In.
Instagram.
You
No,
guys need to
I'm
follow her on her personal Instagram or TikTok as well.
yeah, at Hollaback Girl underscore. Make sure you follow and like. I'm really, really funny and beautiful and smart on both the platforms. So, yeah, I've been following more and I'm like, I want to follow more funny, smart, beautiful people on these platforms and see how they did it. So obviously I started following Clark. And it's especially like black women doing it that aren't Monet because well, I'm blocked anyway. So
We'll have to talk about the Monet of it all one day
yeah, one day
with
we'll get
her.
into that lore about my beef with Monet, but or her beef with me, really. But yeah, so I'm like, let me follow Clark. Like if you don't follow Clark, she's literally stunning, smart, funny, rich. Everything I love and enjoy about being a woman. And so I followed her and she posted that she had just got on a billboard. And Clark makes money. Like Brie and I
Mhm.
went to dinner with our friend last week and we were talking about how Clark just bought a condo in New York and Chicago because she just wants to be in both at the same time. Look, and she's like 25.
I'm looking at her Instagram bio right now. NYC plus shy. Love that for her. Like not you in like the two biggest cities.
No, like Queen buying property at 24, 25 years old, like amazing. And she had posted, oh, like on my first billboard. So I looked at the billboard and it was for Wella, I think, hair company, and
Yeah.
it was with Acquired Style. And
Oh.
so, right, like she's on the billboard with Acquired Style. Acquired Style's at the top, Clark is at the bottom. I was like, obviously I peeped that, but like I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm looking at it right now.
And I'm like, whatever. Like, you know what? Get to the bag. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna pick. I'm like, we all know that, like, obviously, black influencers and content creators don't get paid what their white peers do. So then I was like, well, let me see how many followers Clark has to get a deal like this. And I look at Clark on Instagram and she's at like 100,000 followers on Instagram, which is obviously insane. And so I'm like, oh, let me look at Acquired Styles. Bro, 800,000 followers on Instagram.
Holy shit. That's a lot.
And I'm just like, literally, holy shit.
How are, yeah, influencers with that money? Yeah, wow, 834,000.
Because I'm like, Clark has huge influence. Clark is always going to stuff. Clark is always making so much money. But someone like Acquired Styles making and doing 8 times more that, and they're on like the same level of influence, if that makes sense. Like Clark to us and like black women. is everything, but then it's like acquired style is eight, like almost 10 times more that to the white girls.
I know. So then imagine how much Alix Earle makes.
Right. And then I'm like, well, Alex has like 3 million on
I
Instagram.
know. I think I saw, I feel like I'm totally making this up, but I could have swore I saw a TikTok that said something about like 450,000 for one post.
Yeah.
That's, I can't even comprehend that.
Yeah, Ken, what's her name? Ken Urich, the like kind of crazy girl in Austin. She said her first one, because she started talking more about brand transparency. She said her first deal was 60K for a story post. And she was like, that was more money than my parents were making in a year. So
And
like
it goes away in 24 hours, bro. It's crazy.
right. So like and that was years ago. So imagine what she's making now per post for ongoing content, like to be in an ad or to be on a billboard.
Yeah.
It's time to clock in, girls.
Clock in.
Like,
Get
I'm
on
not
your
playing with
TikToks.
y'all.
Everybody needs to be rich. All the girls, like, comment your TikToks on our page. We'll go follow you and comment.
No, seriously, at this point, we all just need to build a community and start
Yes,
sharing and liking and commenting and reposting all of each other's stuff. So,
this is
yeah.
how we win.
Yeah, no, because we have to do it. And that's the only way they got to 800,000 people, a million people, is because people support them.
Crazy to see how it could like one post could just take off.
Bro, Brittany Broski is a case study. She made one video drinking a drink, went viral on Twitter. Now she's a multimillionaire. Like, that
Singing,
is crazy.
interviewing Timothy Chalamet. It's insane what some of these girls are doing with their platforms, and I love to see it.
No, I love it. Because, like, and that's what people also have to learn too is like a win for them is a win for you and us, meaning content creators. Because it's like, okay, if their video can pop off and do a million and they're eventually on a billboard, like, that just makes it easier for me. Like, they're the first generation, the first group of people to do this. It's only going to be easier for me
Yeah.
to do
If
that.
they can do it, it shows you you can do it. No
Yeah.
reason to be jealous. It just shows what's possible for you.
Yeah. What a motivational message to end
My
with on
little woo woo
this.
message of the day.
Yeah, like nothing is impossible if you've seen it.
Yep. We'll
So,
end with that note for you guys to have a beautiful Memorial Day weekend. Love you, girlies, so much. And thank you for listening to us.
and we'll see you next week. Like we said, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads at Gossip Break. You can follow me at hollaback girl underscore. Make sure you're subscribed on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Share with your best yapper. Have a beautiful, safe Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.